In a Stanford dorm in 1995, Google was born. It was a slow process, but the founders knew what they wanted to do: connect people with information on the web. With $100,000 invested, the growing team moved into a garage in Menlo Park, California. Here, expansion grew quickly with engineers, a sales team, and even a dog joining the team. Google now has over 60,000 employees in 50 different countries. Google is a fantastic representation of PACE ideals. They incorporate professionalism, academics, character, and engagement in almost everything they undertake. Through PACE, Google has been able to grow their sales, diversify their job positions, create a cultural, competent workplace, and service the community.
Since Google's initial public offering in 2004, their stock price has increased almost 2,000%. In the last year alone, they've had a 21% increase in revenue for both Google and their parent company, Alphabet Incorporated. Some of the top reasons for their growth initially was their revolutionary new web browsing model. Now it stems from their diversification of products and innovation. Some of their products now are like their own line of smartphones, home technologies such as Google Home, and products such as Google Docs and Google Slides. According to Google's HR director, Laszlo Bock, the three keys to their culture are innovation, experimentation, and fun. The way that they achieve this is through their unique perks, flexibility, high pay, and Googler to Googler program. Some of the unique perks include laundry and fitness center and on-site childcare. Their flexibility comes from their Wi-Fi enabled shuttles, which helps employees work on the go and also work from home. High pay, their median pay for experienced workers is $140,000, and for advancement of their employees, the Googler to Googler program is one that is taught by other employees, where they can teach skills from management all the way to kickboxing. The perfect Google candidate has many of these qualities. Emergent leadership means knowing when to take charge on a project when your skills best fit the problem, and knowing also when to step away. Intellectual humility stems from the ability to know that you're not always going to be the smartest person on a particular issue, and being able to accept constructive criticism. They value high generalized knowledge over specialization because their company is constantly innovating. They don't want to hire someone that only knows how to do one thing. They also value problem-solving skills and overall cognitive ability more than GPA and test scores. So just because you can get a 4.0 in college or a 36 on your ACT doesn't mean that you can't succeed at Google.
It's very easy to apply to Google. All you have to do is submit your resume online to many different fields of whatever you want to go into. As a student, you could submit it for a paid internship, or as an adult, you can go for a full-time job. There are two different fields you can go into: the technical field, which contains jobs such as engineering or data analysis, and the business field, which contains jobs such as finance and sales. Google usually just asks that you have an associate's degree or the equal number of years of experience. Once you submit your resume, you'll receive an interview, which is normally done via video chat online, and then you'll be hired. Once hired, Google still offers many classes where you could pursue a degree or learn guitar and expand your academic environment. This strong environment stems from the diversity that Google promotes every day.
Over the years, there's been evidence that shows the advantages of having a diverse workforce. Google has taken advantage of this and in 2015 spent $150 million on diversifying their workforce, and this has paid off. In 2014, the women tech force was at 17%, and since then has risen to 20% this year. Hispanic employees have risen from 3% to 4%. Overall, since 2015, the white workforce has dropped from 62% to 54%, revealing an 8% increase across all minorities. Google has done this through doubling the numbers of colleges they recruit from and hosting workshops to help get rid of unconscious biases.
While Google is excelling in the world of business, the company is also engaging within the community, specifically through crisis response, education, economic opportunity, and the Impact Challenge. In the past 10 years, over 2.5 billion people were greatly affected by natural disasters. When these crises occur, Google helps aid the responses to act quickly and effectively. Google provides nonprofits with funding while also connecting these companies to the right volunteers to ensure that everyone in need is helped. According to Google's company webpage, they recognize that technology is creating more advanced learning environments for students around the world, but many students in developing countries are still at a disadvantage. Google is funding education innovators who provide several different resources so these students can reach their full potential. With the workforce demanding more skilled and technical workers, Google has made it their job to ensure that each worker has the resources they need to get a job. Google was doing this by funding different nonprofit organizations that teach the unemployed skills they need to thrive in the ever-changing economy. Along with funding these operations, Google also hosts contests where they find the most deserving nonprofits in each region called the Impact Challenge. In this contest, Google awards the best 15 companies with grants and then sends a winner to pitch their organization to a panel to receive additional support and even a mentorship.
Google's success as a multinational tech giant is largely due to their incorporation of professionalism, academics, character, and engagement. Their explosive growth, efforts to diversify their workforce, recruitment of top talent, and their help in the community with crises and other humanitarian disasters has really set them up as a company that will succeed in the future.